Hmm. Let's do this. Let's settle ourselves in wherever we find ourselves in our chair. And let's breathe naturally. One of the things you might notice about your breath is that as you inhale, your heart rate increases. Not everyone knows this, but this is actually a very natural and healthy part of breathing and of the relationship between respiration and heart rate. And as you exhale, that heart rate flutters back down, it settles back down. And all we're doing is we're just feeling, breathing naturally, this natural cycle, this vibration, this moving up and down of your heart rate with your breath. I'm going to count from 3 to 1. And when I get to 1, your subconscious mind is going to be locked in on what I'm saying and on the instructions I'm giving you. And you may or may not feel a change in your consciousness when I get to 1, but you may. Whether you do or not, we're going to affirm now that our subconscious minds are going to receive the absolute best, the absolute most life-giving things that it can from the instructions that we're receiving here now today. 3, 2, 1. Your subconscious is now locked in on the sound of my voice and following its instructions. What we're going to do is we're going to enter into the void, into the felt presence of space, of infinite space. I'm going to count from 10 to 1. And when I get to 1, your perception of being in your chair or wherever you lie or wherever you sit right now is going to fall away. It's going to fade into nothingness. When I get to 1, we're going to be simply in awareness, present in a void of empty space. 10. See if you can feel the space around you. 9. See if you can stretch your consciousness out to the edges and the corners of the room that you're in. 8. 7. Can you go even further than the room that you're in? Can you stretch your consciousness further? 6. How far can you zoom out in space? 5. All the way to the ends of the physical universe, using just your mind and just your awareness. Now, 4, we're feeling all of this matter that's in the physical universe disappear, fade away. 3, 2, 1. Resting in the void, resting in pure, empty nothingness. I wonder what your heart might feel here. I wonder what your heart might know Here. You might ask yourself, who am I? Here. Now. Resting in pure empty space. There's nothing here. There's nowhere to go. There's nothing to do. There's just this. And yet, you are here. You know this and feel this. You sense all of this. I wonder if at the center of this void of empty space, of nothingness, what it would feel like for there to be a point of light, a tiny bright point of light at the center of this void. And I wonder if this tiny bright point of light at the center of this void might feel familiar to you, whatever this is. I wonder if you can feel your relationship with this light. I wonder if you can feel the extent to which it knows you and you know it. Here at the center of the absolute void, where there is nothing else, here you sit, aware of this tiny bright point of light. What could this tiny bright point of light be? What could it be? I wonder if it feels familiar. I wonder if you were to zoom into this tiny bright point of light, that it becomes a mirror. And in it, you see your actual ideal self-expression. Suddenly, here you are looking in the mirror. Who knows what you look like? It doesn't have to look like anything in particular. It doesn't even have to look like what part of you might think of as you. It could just be another point of light. But here you are, where there is nothing else but you looking at you. Here in this space and at this moment, we're going to do something really, really simple. And we're just going to ask ourselves what it is that our heart knows is absolutely true about the world, about us, about life, about love, about truth itself. What is true about truth? You might ask yourself, here at the center of the void, looking at yourself. What is true? It doesn't have to be something that some conscious mind receives in the form of words or language. In fact, these things which the heart knows is actually not languageable. What we know in this place is a feeling. So, our simple question here to ourselves is, can you feel it? Do you feel it? I'm going to count from 3 to 1. And when I count from 3 to 1, whatever it is that the heart wants to communicate to itself, we're going to allow that to happen. This is a subtle form of information that does not require your conscious understanding, your attention, you to be able to language in your language. This does not require anything from you. This is actually just a very natural process of self-knowledge. When I get to 1, we're just going to assimilate this, and we're just going to accept that we know what we know. 3, 2, 1. Easy. Absolutely easy and completely effortless. I'm going to count now from 1 to 10. When I get to 10, we're going to be back where we started. 1, this light is fading away now back into the void. And yet, as it fades away, you know that it's still there. You know that it's still there. 2, 3. Your awareness now coming from the edges of the knowable universe. Zooming back in. 4, 5. Suddenly you can feel space coming back into your awareness. 6, you can feel matter. You can feel this kind of corporeal existence. 7, suddenly you can feel your body. 8, you can feel your awareness settling back into the place in which you find yourself. 9, you are here now in space. 10. You may open your eyes.